So imagine what I could do to you. I could tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. You know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can knock a hole right through a solid concrete wall. I can pull a tree out by its roots and that's not all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball to tell you just what I could do to you. I thought of something already. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. And you know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can crush a house brick with one movement of my hand, and laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a splendid figure when I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you. Nice. I can break a door down with one hand behind my back. I can crush a grizzly till its bones begin to crack. I eat a dozen T-bones for my early morning snack. So imagine what I could do to you. I could tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. You know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can knock a hole right through a solid concrete wall. I can pull a tree out by its roots and that's not all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball to tell you just what I could do to you. I thought of something already. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. And you know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can crush a house brick with one movement of my hand, and laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a splendid figure when I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you. Nice. I can break a door down with one hand behind my back. I can crush a grizzly till its bones begin to crack. I eat a dozen T-bones for my early morning snack. So imagine what I could do to you. I can tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. You know if you resist it, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I and that's not all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball to tell you just what I could do to you. I thought of something already. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. And you know if you resisted, you just wouldn't stand a chance. I can crush your house brick with one movement of my hand, and laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a splendid figure when I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you. Nice. I can break a door down with one hand behind my back. I can crush a grizzly till its bones begin to crack. I eat a dozen T-bones for my early morning snack. So imagine what I could do to you. I can tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always pick my teeth with the nearest billiard cue. So imagine what I could do to you.
All right, mic check. Hopefully you guys got me. Every time I do an update on anything, my computer loves to disable my mic. Actually, it just disables my sound card. It's ridiculous. All right, so as long as I got a mic check here, we're ready to get rolling. I'm not going to belabor the point too much. I just want to let you guys know what's been going on. Okay? So, unfortunately, we lost one. Press F in the chat for JB. And here we go. Let's switch this over. Get rolling here. Get my mic right up to my face where it's good, and we can... Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Oh. Right. Cool. Now, hopefully, I'm going off to Fango's settings. Okay? If Periscope starts to skip or anything like that, blame Fango and go over to YouTube. So, let me just check the chat real quick, make sure you guys can hear me. And I want to tell you sort of a sad story. Hopefully we don't have too many more like this. So what happened to JB? Audio's good. Great. We're ready to rock and roll. That's all I was waiting for. Thank you, Natalie. So, if you guys don't know, and if you haven't been paying attention, which I don't blame you because I constantly blast shit out on Twitter, right? You guys have seen my feed. It's nonstop. It's stupid pictures. It's me trying to get reactions out of people. Whatever. You know the deal, right? If you haven't been paying attention, there was a certain person who at one point was targeting some of the MAGA coalition people, and then eventually backed off, and then I got involved with. Big mistake. I can admit my mistakes, though. At some point, once she couldn't get a reaction out of me, she decided she was going to look for any way to sue me. After I put out the prank video, which a lot of other people did too, claiming to be Spicky, She decided that it was now time to sue me for being spicky. I know. It's fucking laughable, considering that everyone laughed over it. It lasted, what, a week? And I've said many times before, for the people that didn't get it, it was a prank, right? So, oh, real quick, Leah, you should be on as a mod in Periscope. Don't get too trigger happy. You know me, I don't care really what people say about me, but if anybody jumps in and says any like racist or anti-Semitic shit, just fucking nix them. I don't play that shit. So, I'm not going to pull the video up. You guys all saw it, right? It was something that we coordinated in Discord. I gave him the original video file. He put it up on his feed. And then afterwards, I uploaded it to YouTube. So it looked like I did it, right? Because I have access to the video, and it appears on his feed. So, what was it, in August? In August, there arrives a piece of certified mail to my parents' house. They were on vacation. I come up and get the mail. And certified mail to me. So I go and check it out. And here I find the craziest shit you'll ever see in your life. I'll show you. We're not going to belabor this too much either, okay? This really isn't what's important. But, let's see. Can I get that to pop up? Yes, I can. There we go. Oh no, my transition's going to do that each time. Sorry about that. Dear Doug, you're being sued. Fantastic. For what? This is in Texas, where the plaintiff is, of course. And I figured that for somebody to file something like this, they must either be completely out of their mind or have something really solid. And here is the lawsuit. It's handwritten. And you could see that she's suing me for cyber stalking, sexual harassment, and a litany of other things. And she's determined that this cost her $8,900 of lost wages. I don't know how that was possible, considering that she spent what seemed to be 18 hours a day on Twitter talking about this. Whatever. So, I filed an answer. I figured the judge would throw it out. It's the wrong court for it. It's totally insane. She's admitted publicly that anything that happened between us was consensual. She's talked about me and Spicky as separate people before, during, and after, public and privately. And I said, there's no way she's going to go to court and try to still say that I'm Spicky. But she did. And the judge, after hearing it, said, okay, I'm going to let it go forward. And so I'm not having that. So I had to call a friend. Friend called another friend, hired an attorney. It got dismissed with prejudice. Something happened that was unprecedented that made it undismissed. But it got dismissed again. And she's threatening to do it into another court. Great. That's just the beginning of the story. So at this point, she's gone into court and told a judge that I am Spicky. Now, everyone knows I'm not, but she's rolling with it, okay? This is like comedy hour. So I'm being sued for being Spicky. It doesn't matter that we've been on simultaneous live streams before, many different times. It doesn't matter that there's people in real life that know him. They know it's false too. Anyway, so it was, it looked like it was going to proceed. So everything that we talk about tonight is going to be right in between the time that I let myself be served with this and my answer to the court. So everything that you see is me while I'm being sued for being Spicky. Okay? I uploaded some text from JB. And it really pains me to say this. because JB came back, right, after being involved in the 2016 election. And pretty damn well involved. He knew all the right people. He had some great momentum. And when he came back around, I wanted to help him out as much as possible to get that momentum back. Sometimes you get momentum, sometimes you don't. I've spun my wheels sometimes for a year on Twitter with nothing going on, and then something big could hit and, you know, it takes off. There's really not too much you could do, right? Oh, and if my audio levels start messing up, Leah, if you could shoot me a text and just let me, I'm sure you would anyway. Because, sorry, just had to check the text there. Where did I leave off? Oh, right. So, I wanted JB to get momentum again. Everybody seemed to like him. All of the people that are the best trolls online, and I don't mean trolls in a derogatory way. I mean in a way that you could get things up and moving and get them to get traction. All of the people that I know and respect liked him. Audio's fine, and you're not a mod either place. Oh my god. Sorry, Leah. All right, guys, don't say any bullshit in the chat. I'll be pissed. Almost anything flies with me except anti-Semitism and racism. Everything else is okay. So anyways, I wanted JB to get some traction. We tried as much as we could. I did live streams with him. We did them with Defango. I'm sure you guys have seen a few of them. Our schedules didn't always line up, and believe it or not, I'm not crazy about doing live streams. I like doing Friday nights with Defango because I could go on and I could just blabber most of the time. And also it kind of gives him a break, right? The guy streams like 3 times a day. So at least he could just sit back and let me blab, you know? It's almost like a night off for him, and I have fun with him. But even though that's really the only streaming I enjoy, I still sometimes have to push myself to do it because I just don't like having a microphone in front of me all that much, and I definitely don't like being on camera. So, while I'm being sued for being spicky, I noticed something odd. I went back to check some information. First of all, let me get this off of the screen here. Is this really going to do this every time? It is going to do this every time. Damn it. Sorry, you guys are going to have to deal with this every time. I can't remove the transition right now. This is a text message from JB, and I've uploaded a bunch of them. But he was talking about doing some of the Gephi graphs showing relationships between certain people on Twitter. And we were talking about a live stream, and this is him saying to me, if we can get Spicky on, it won't matter. Well, obviously, if I'm supposed to be Spicky, he wouldn't be referring to me this way, right? Anyway, so that's back in June. If you guys know who Hilary Sargent is, she's a reporter. I'm not going to trash her. I'm just going to tell you what happened. While I was being sued, Hilary is somebody that both knows me and Spicky and JB, and she also knows that I am not Spicky or JB. I mean, that I'm not Spicky, right? So I was talking to her at the time, and she had told me that the plaintiff in the case had contacted her, and they both talked. And somewhere along the line, even she admitted to her, privately, that she knew that I wasn't Spicky. So it's a fraudulent lawsuit. But you'll see here, I ask Hilary, I say, I'm putting together my answer tomorrow for the court. So I'm gathering up all the instances that Jen has told others she knows I'm not Spicky, the shed accounts, etc. And her response is, please do not put my name in this. And now I'm getting a little irked. Jen said she was filing another one on me, in addition to the one that she had. I said, wait a minute, this is insane. I said, wait a minute, this insane broad is trying to shake me down for $10K or more. She spent months defaming me. You mean to tell me I can't cite what she said to you? And she says, she said it to multiple people, no? I said, yeah, and everyone matters. She then said, can't you get Leah to do it? And I said, no, because then she'll target Leah again. I'm sure Leah would do it if I asked her. So far, Hilary's the only person that didn't want to have any part of this. There are some updates in between this conversation. We'll get to that. If you're Hilary and you're watching, chill out. I'm not here to slam you. Just here to talk about what happened. I still think you and JB are both spineless retards, though. Sorry. So here we go. So we have a person who knows that this lawsuit is fraudulent, and they're going to go forward and keep their mouth shut. See if I can get jammed up for being spicky. This is great. Because this comes down to being a very lame troll. You'll see in a minute. But here's somebody who even doesn't like me. Miss Libby Shaw. Her dad endorsing Sestak. She knows Neil Rauhauser. Somewhere along the line, somebody's cock is going into someone's cat. I'm just telling you that right now. So, imagine thinking you could troll me. I've been here for over a decade. There's not a single person or a group who has ever gotten the best of me. As a matter of fact, I'm almost insulted because it seems like people aren't even trying. And I'll show you the links which they went to get me jammed up. It goes down to having stolen identifications trying to be put on me. And unfortunately, it involves JB and he did something shitty. Or at least I think he did. He can contact me if he didn't. So here's what I published the other day. I sent him a text message. We have a Discord server where we talk about folks like Luke O'Brien, Anon Com, Anti-Fash Gordon, OP Wolverines, who else? That dirtbag Aldo, the one who was posting the pictures of Bronco's mother at him right when she died. And also, since they block a lot of people that I know, I mirror their Twitter feeds as well, and anyone else that might be problematic. The Discord server is very small. It's only a few of us, right? Only a few people are involved with the likes of William Wellna and the Rauhauser crew for long enough to know how big of dirtbags they are and just how shady they can get. And since people constantly lose accounts on Twitter, we need a place to be able to regroup and say, look what happened here, look what happened there. Hey, do you remember when Aldo was talking about his impotency? Yeah, I do. Oh, wait a minute. This person in real life who's friends with them was talking about being impotent too. Oh, maybe they're the same person. So we talk about shit like that. Anyways, I hop in there and I was just going to check because the person who was suing me constantly changed their @name on Twitter. And since it's the feed is mirrored with Erisbot, I was wondering if it recorded the ID, the user ID from Twitter. Now, it will continue. If someone changes their name, it'll continue to keep posting updates from them. So at some point, it's reading the ID. So I hop in the audit log, and I see here, I'm not going to enlarge this. I've blocked out the username of Spicky, and you'll see why at the end of all of this. I see there's 4 messages deleted. JB deleted them. He's a mod in the server. Okay. This is right as I'm in the middle of a lawsuit for being spicky. I might need every single piece of evidence that I'm not him. I said, what's up with that? He said, well, there's people harassing him all over Discord. He has to delete it. Keep deleting. Another DM comes. I said, okay, but why do you delete his messages? Why Spicky's? He says he's not in any of their servers. I tell him to change his settings. He says, and I think someone in the Discord server is working with others. Yeah, well, who the fuck could that be? So I ask him, which Discord? I have to ask again, which Discord? The main one. I tell him to change your settings. Only a few have his actual Discord. I said, okay, only accept DMs from friends, just like you would on Twitter. This is basic shit, right? So, just like I told you, I was going in there to delete the, to look up the ID for the Erisbot stuff. And he asked me if it does, and I said, I don't know. The first thing I saw were the messages you were deleting. And he reiterates, I think we have folks on the inside. It is myself, JB, 2 people negatively affected by all of these assholes who have a lot, probably have a lot to lose, and want to stay out of these people's way because they're dirtbags that try to destroy lives. They're not the leaker. And then there was Spicky. Spicky left. He got mad at me. Now, he got mad at me for probably a valid reason. I won't get into the details of it, of what it was about. You'll see a little bit of it here. But he had asked me to do something. I agreed. And he didn't like the way I went about doing it. So he got mad. He went over the top. And I just said, you know what? Let the dude go his separate ways. Let him do whatever he wants. I don't want to talk to him ever again. Just forget it. When people cross, I'm pretty tolerant and I'm forgiving, but there are certain cardinal rules that you can't break with me. If you do, I just consider you to be non-existent. You don't exist to me anymore. And it got to that point. So fine, wish him the best. I don't want anything bad happening to him. And I told people privately, and I'll just say it publicly now, that I would still actively give people disinformation that were trying to fuck him. Because there's a lot of people that want to fuck him. And you know what? I think they need to get over their Mickey Mouse fucking feelings, to tell you the truth. He posts words on a screen on the internet. All right? Get a life, everyone who wants to go out there and try to fuck people for this. So anyways, I leave it at that. He goes his separate ways. I go mine. Fine. I'm not going to help him do anything, and I'm not going to do anything that would impede him or put him in any jeopardy, right? The good thing is that I don't think I could put him in any jeopardy anyway, but I wouldn't do that because I still have people who are anonymous that I fucking hate, and I know who they are, and I could fuck them over. I could have fucked them over years ago, and I still haven't, because they don't deserve it, and the people that would come after them are by far the lowest of the low. So I asked JB again. I said, what makes you think there's a breach in the server? He says he has a suspicion. I said, I don't. He says, you know me, I've always followed the random people, and I give the breakdown of who's in the server. It's me, you, and bomb, bomb, bomb. And he starts to make excuses. Maybe it's because I'm not involved. Maybe I'm just because I'm out of the loop that I'm paranoid. I said, hold on. You're worried about the server, and you say nothing. And then you go in and delete spicky messages and nothing from yourself. I said, just tell me that he asked you to do it. At this point, Spicky had been out of the server. He left mad, but he was out of it. He says he deleted stuff from himself, purged all the servers he was in, right? Here he's talking about Hilary Sargent. I didn't see any deleted messages from JB in the Discord server. I made him a mod because I trusted him. Then he says, if this trolling of himself doesn't stop, then I'm being trolled by Spicky or Micro. I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but they probably wouldn't do it to a point to where you start freaking out to this extent. But that's okay, because I didn't believe you here anyway. So I say, what was deleted of Spicky and why? He says, about doxing Spicky. I said, yeah, it's a joke. He knows that. Talked many times about it. But it was just me and Spicky talking about that. No, it wasn't. It's in the server. He didn't look. There's a whole channel dedicated to it. I added to that. I said, I have DMs with us planning it. Which no one's gonna see unless somebody puts a gun to my head, but they exist. Spicky could verify it. And he says, well, he still just worries. It's probably just him panicking. And I said, well, it looks like every message from him is being slowly deleted. How did that happen? He says, I get radio silence from folks and I can't figure out if I'm being trolled. So I checked the audit logs. It doesn't show you as much on mobile. And he says, well, maybe I just got spooked. He says, I didn't know you guys planned it in DMs. Well, DMs and in a main channel that was open to him. So the idea was, what I wanted to do, well, what a lot of us wanted to do, was to give a spectacular, verifiable, fake person to be Spicky, and watch the journalists chase them down. Maybe even show up on their doorstep, ringing their doorbell. We know who you are. And the person being like, what? Huh? But that never transpired. And here even, this is how I knew JB was lying. He said, yeah, but it never happened. And there were like 2 of them. Oh, okay. And here he goes. He starts to ask me about the person suing me, right? He said, you think she's going to push forward even with having the evidence that you're not Spicky? I said, oh, she has to push forward. It'll be great. He says to me, why the hell did the cops show up? Where? Excuse me? He cites a tweet that I sent to Ness. He goes and finds it. I said, who said anything about the cops showing up? This was when Spicky and Bryden were on a live stream. Ness tweeted it out. I pulled up Periscope and did a live stream simultaneously. I said, some bimbo, some dumbo has been calling the cops saying that I'm both Spicky and Micro. I said, you actually saved my life tonight by tweeting the Bryden stream. It's why I said thanks earlier. He says that one. He says, oh yeah, you didn't say they show up. I said, yeah, right. I said, it's okay, tomorrow it gets handled. Asked me if I'm going to show him the video, says it's pretty rock solid. This video in addition to others. I said, it's a big day tomorrow. I file my answer, countersuit, request for criminal prosecution for knowingly filing false reports. And of course, I got as much of my digital footprint as I could. See, what you boomer people and fake anons don't understand about being online is that I keep track of everything. Wireshark is running now. It's always running, you dumbasses. So he asked why it's going to court. I said, because she's a psycho. Says, wish you could live stream it. I said, I'm not actually going, right? Do it over the phone. I said, so Hilary told you that the cops actually showed up. This is a double, by the way. I said, I don't care. I just know that Leah didn't tell you. So I was in the process of moving. And I had packed up a few things that were stored here at my parents' house. Jetted out. Got down the street. And my mom called me and said, the local police are here. I said, oh yeah? I said, what for? They said they're coming here on behalf of the FBI. I said, tell them not to go anywhere. Turned around, I came back. So they did show up. There is a person aligned with the plaintiff, a suspended or disbarred attorney by the name of Sarah Nagy. She's been obsessed with me for probably over a year, maybe 2 years. She's claimed that I'm Micro, where even Render64 had to come out and say, you have to be fucking stupid. Everyone knows that he's not, right? And then she hopped on this bandwagon with the plaintiff. So anyways, the local cops came. They said they were coming on behalf of the FBI. Cool. I told them that I hadn't had any direct contact with this girl since March 11th, and that I wanted to talk to the agent that was following this up. which I did. It ended up me being, they wanted to come out and say, stop doing what you're doing. And I said, no, I'm not doing anything. So as a matter of fact, I said, I want to talk to who sent you out here. When I eventually did, I went down to the FBI and I spent the better part of an afternoon there. They originally weren't too crazy to talk to me because you can't get into those buildings. There's like a bulletproof vestibule where they'll stop you and say, okay, well, what do you want? You know? And I told him the situation and he said, okay, he says, I'll take the report right here and then someone will call you. I said, not good enough. I said, I need to talk to the person who was following up on this. I told them who was involved and the story behind it and how the people that surround this plaintiff file knowingly false FBI reports. As soon as I mentioned their names, he went away. He came back about 10 minutes later and he said, okay, yeah, you need to come in. So thank you, Sarah, because now they know your name and they also know Neil Rauhauser's and William Wellness. See, they only knew him outside of Connecticut before, but the name rang a bell. Luckily, I brought down a USB full of archives. 32 gigs apiece. They were very concerned about your guys' behavior. Anyway, so JB knew that the cops showed up, or he guessed, but I only told Leah. I happened to tell Hilary that day, and I told the remaining people left in the Discord. And he says he just assumed that they showed up based on my tweet. Okay, fine. You know what? Maybe. We're going to get to the shitty part of what he did. And then here's Hilary always complaining about Leah. For some reason, she's scared of Leah. Well, they should be. Because I don't know how Leah does it, but if you're somebody who thinks you're hiding behind a mask and you start being a dick, she will find out who you are. Many times fast. Faster than I ever could. Anyways, this is a message from Hilary to me through JB. She says that she doesn't hate me. She never has. And that me and Leah are making her especially nervous. So please tell him to ask Leah to knock it off. I don't think Leah did anything. I mean, we can go back and look. Don't worry, we're getting to the part where JB fucks up big time, why everyone needs to stay away from him. Now, once Hilary told me that she wasn't or didn't want to help me out in this case, I told her to get fucked and I blocked her. That's why this message is coming through JB. He said that she was a spaz, which I still believe. And he thinks that she's freaked out. He starts sending me accounts and I say, yeah, they're probably just Jen. Just ignore them. By the way, we got night mode now on iOS. Love it. So I added a couple pictures tonight. And this is me still talking to JB. Tell him I need to get my stuff organized on my phone, all this other stuff. But you're going to get to a part, and I hope I put it up here. Let's see. Here he is. He's sending me more accounts that are allegedly DMing Hilary Sargent and maybe even himself. And they're trying to fuck with me. I said I knew the account. It tried to fuck with me. I said, and then, it amazingly ends up in very convenient DMs with the person who's suing me. Okay. Fine. And all of a sudden I notice, I said, did you delete the stream with me, you, and Spicky on it? So, yeah, but I did that when I said I was quitting back in June. June is exactly when this chick started saying she was going to sue me for being Spicky. So now the video, we have more than one video that's supposed to be evidence. JB got rid of one. And this still isn't even the worst part. Hilary has been told by the plaintiff. The plaintiff knows that it's bullshit. And she won't go on record. See what's starting to happen here? He's deleting messages from the Discord, from the person I'm accused of being. Starting to come together yet? All you guys that are friends with me, I know you're not slow. I'm just fucking around. You guys are fucking sharp. He says, oh, this is a weird account too. I said, I'm not chasing accounts around. I don't do that. See, most of the people who are just shitty trolls think they could show you something and get you to go down a rabbit hole. Okay? I don't do that. I never have. I told him I don't care. I have enough. She could post whatever she wants into the void. I said, is the stream hidden or deleted? He says, I think deleted. I can't even remember which one it is. So I pop up a list of the streams that he thought were deleted or hidden because everything's archived. Anyways, we keep going. Now you notice here, I said, but you didn't delete it until June. It was, I meant July. I said it was still up on July 17th. I said, you understand what this looks like, right? To me, I mean. You'll notice down here, it's no longer a phone number that's linked to iMessage. Number's disconnected. I don't know if any of this is really important because I want to get back into what's happening here. So at some point, once they've started to do, and as this is happening, streams that Spick you were on start disappearing too, right? So I said, okay, they're trying to set me up. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. It's not going to work. It will backfire spectacularly. It already has started to, and you'll see that very shortly. Anyways, at this point, JB wants to throw me into a group text with Hilary. You have to talk to her. Why? Why do I need to talk to her? She's proven that she could help end a frivolous and fraudulent lawsuit against me and has chose not to. Why do I need to talk to that person? And you'll see, he says here, she texts like a fiend and he can't keep up. I said, fine. Yeah, throw me in there. And let's see. And here I am saying that as long as these assholes are wrong about what they put out, that's all I care about. Right? People have a right to remain anonymous. And hey, JB, I removed the one tweet that talked about your locations and where you work. I shouldn't even do that for you. And here we go, we're green. Ness was the one I thanked for tweeting out the stream. She contacted me and said, have you talked to JB? I got to talk to him. So I messaged JB on Instagram, Google Hangouts, because he wasn't on Twitter anymore. Where else did I message him? I messaged him one other place. Google Hangouts, Instagram, somewhere else. It's slipping my mind. Maybe I emailed him. Anyways, and I said, Ness came to me. She said she needs to talk to you. Make sure you get in touch with her. Ness came back, I don't know, a few days later and said that, thank you, he got in touch with me. Great. Perfect. You notice this is September 25th. We have to go back up. Because August 30th is the day that I got into a group text with them. Now, JB hadn't been in the Discord. He only showed up to delete some messages. I said, fine, throw me into a group text. You told me something was important. Let's see what it's about. Supposedly, they have information on people that are trying to set me up. Yeah, so do I. Dumbasses. So I hop into the group text. And I said, something's not right here. And as soon as she started rapid firing with the text messages, open up Discord, JB's in there. I said, fuck this, and I booted him. Banned him from it. So we know what he was doing. And I'll show you. Let's transition over here. Can you guys see that? If I move it? I'll tell you what it says. It says I have an archive of discords of people who were posting my private DMs, which actually didn't happen until much later, but anyways. It was me talking about setting up the prank video with you. Get over it. It says, don't say I didn't warn you. What's in here? I mean, there's incriminating... so I can't even read that. Incriminating things in a lawsuit that will undoubtedly find you guilty for what you are being sued for. I'm being sued for being you, dumbass. Everywhere. The reason why you didn't release that, there's two reasons. One is because anytime someone asked about Jen, everyone always said, the policy is to not engage. Don't fuck with her. Just let her be. As a matter of fact, on March 11th, when I blocked her, I told the MAGA Coalition people first. I said, look, something's not right. Stay the hell away from her. Please. For everybody's own good, just ignore her. And that was always the position. The only exception to that was when I didn't respond to her constant harassment, and she started to post Leah's private information. That's when I came back to Twitter. Remember, I had deactivated. I came back and basically told her to fuck off. And I figured once she got some attention from me, she would leave others alone. She didn't, but I thought that would work. It did for a little while. So anyways, what JB was doing, because he was in the Discord server, is that he was copying the entire Discord server and giving it to Spicky. Now, there's nothing in there that I haven't said publicly or wouldn't say publicly. What is in there is a couple of people who are very cautious about who they trust, talking about how they've been personally affected by the same assholes you're now boosting. JB. I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even mad at Spicky for this. I'm not mad because I knew he would betray me. But I'm not going to get into that tonight. So, he posts a list of the channels. The entire reason why that Discord server was created was because the targeting of two people had become so extreme that we needed to start documenting it off of Twitter. Later on, in the summertime, when there was a resurgence with the Owen Lenahan, the Progdad stuff, that became the main focus of that server. And they involve the same people. You still get your William Wellness in there. Little Dick Willie. Because they're involved in all this stupid shit. So that's what it was. And it was a small group of people. And there's nothing in there that I wouldn't say publicly or haven't already. What it did show is two things. That JB could be led around very easily. His morals are malleable. And it shows that even sometimes in a small group of people who might have a lot to lose, emotions can run everything. Here's the bad part. Here's the bad news. You guys didn't think about this. These people are so pissed and can't deal with their feelings that they want to push it into a federal case. Now, luckily, by the way, when you started posting this, you know, journalists started hitting me up all over the place. Now's the time to out Spicky. Now's the time to do it. Look what's happening. I said, sorry, I can't help you. And if anyone says otherwise, they're lying. Look, I get the anger, right? I get Spicky being mad at me. I get him shitposting, trying to annoy me, make me look bad as revenge. I don't even blame him for that. Not that part. What happens now, though? What happens when they have a complete gang of crazies and they start doing what they've done to others? Fabricating evidence just to file fake FBI reports? What are they going to do? They're going to come to me? And what do I say? Talk to JB. He was the one that was deleting evidence of all of this stuff right while I was in the midst of a lawsuit. It looks like whatever you may want to prosecute for might be hard to get because of a couple of people, and they're not me. So you guys didn't think this through, did you? Libby was right about one thing. You're not going to fucking troll me. People had to come and tell me that you were posting this stuff. That's how little I pay attention to you or Jen or people like them. It's amateur hour. And it took me a long time to get to this point, but I know that with 240 characters, I could tweak thousands of people to the point to where they freak out. I don't even know how I do it. Sometimes I do it to the wrong people. I posted something a couple days ago, everyone around me got upset. Jesus. But I don't pay attention to what you guys do. And some mutual friends, actually, mostly people I've never talked to before, came to me and were puzzled. I can only imagine at this point they have to wonder who they could really trust. I'm going to say this with complete sincerity. To Spicky. I want you to keep your head down and stay safe. And I also want you to kiss my ass. That's as sincere as I could be. But I'm more mad at JB. And I'll tell you why. I thought I did everything I could to try to help JB to get up and running. I mean, I thought he caught a tough break his last time around. Even when he said he wanted to get into doing streams, his desktop computer wasn't up for it. He wanted to start streaming. He wanted to get geared up for this next election cycle. I said, okay, how can I help? He says, oh, I'd love to stream, but you know, my desktop computer sucks. It's not even working right. I said, hey, I got rooms full of computer parts. They're newer than your desktop. What do you need? Oh, I don't know. I probably need a good graphics card. I got you. I pulled it out of a mining rig. $400 graphics card, mailed it to him. No questions asked. Go ahead, take it. Even when he didn't use it later, I said, dude, don't worry about it. I said, sell it while the crypto prices are up, so you could get as much as possible for that GPU, for that graphics card. You know, if you sell it and then build a new desktop. And I said, anything else you got? I took a video of him. I showed him processors that I have, extra RAM kits, a freaking motherboard. Leah knows I have computer parts up the wazoo, right? Willing to help. And I probably would have done anything that he asked me within reason, right? I sure as hell wouldn't have done this for him against anyone in that Discord. Not a chance. If the situation was reversed, and he said, you have to do this to me because I have to fuck Spicky, or it doesn't even have to be Spicky, it could be anyone. Anyone else in that server, I would have said, no way. Do it yourself. You left, get yourself back in there. If you want it, you got to go get it. You got to find someone else. So, I'll show you guys just briefly what they were doing to try to keep me busy when they were going back to get the rest of the Discord server. Where is it? There we go. You guys should be able to see that. This is a Telegram chat between myself, Hilary, and JB. I'm sorry, these were text messages that I uploaded to a Telegram chat, and I'm not gonna. The details of this are not really all that important because the entire conversation is bullshit. Just know that it was done as a terrible troll and a way to keep me busy for a few minutes, right? And this is while this was happening, and I look in Discord and I see JB's back all of a sudden, and he's online, and he hasn't been in there in forever, and I know something's up. I boot him. Now he comes back to the chat, and he doesn't even say anything. I just banned him from the Discord while we're both in chat. He doesn't say anything. What does Hilary say? She'd like this conversation. She'd like it to be that this conversation isn't screen capped. Yeah, too bad. I actually wasn't even going to, but it got so weird. And after seeing him go back into the Discord, I said, I have to archive this. Now, if you notice here, JB is using another phone number. Towards the end here, he kept contacting me on different numbers. And I was like, what number is this that you're calling me from? Or texting me from? Because sometimes he would call, sometimes he would text me. And it was always a different number. So let's take a look here. During this conversation, Hilary tries to get me to say something. Tries to get me to say that I had contacted Jen after March 11th, which I didn't. But she was trying to get me to say something like that. That was the first tip. And then they're very concerned because someone is sending them direct messages and they're proving their identity to them by showing their passport and an ID of what the hell is it? Sirius XM radio, like an employee badge, right? What does that have to do with me? They start twisting this into, well, we think that the person stole the ID and that they are linked up with a group that's actually trying to set you up for stealing. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll hear it out. But you could see in this chat that I don't really care. I say I was told it was important. They tell me. And I didn't even know what they were talking about. What is a Sirius ID? It didn't even click to me, right? And here we go, right? The guy shows a passport. He's time stamping it for her. These people, again, just like Jen was from the beginning, going after the MAGA coalition, right? Their concern over here is the MAGA coalition and Doug Stewart. You guys, I'm not going to do it, but you know Patriot Soapbox, right? So here we go. Now they send me the passport that they received. Okay, fine. And I said, that's a Jen blackout job. That's how Jen does it. You could pop the picture right up and lighten it up and see what's underneath it. Dummy. So at the end of all of this, the whole time I'm saying, I want her arrested for the fake FBI report and I want my counterclaim. And they keep telling me about how this is so important that I should be paying attention to this random person who's sending them a picture of a random ID because they somehow think they're going to link it to me. My response is, so what? Who cares? Let them do it. They're talking about these weird threats and child porn they're getting. I said, send it to the FBI. They know that that's one of my weak spots, right? If I know somebody is trafficking in that shit, that I will most times, not recently, but any other time before this recent bullshit, my ears would perk up and I'd say, who is it? Let's go get him. And anybody that doesn't know, flashback to when me and Spicky ran a train on Amos E. got everything banned within a couple of hours. Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, PayPal, Proton Mail, GoFundMe, Discord server shut down, got his location down to his exact address, all within 2 hours. We ran such a good job on that guy. And he was gone for a while, and he's back. But so they're pulling this angle on me. These people are trafficking in child pornography. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate right now. Call the FBI, tell Gabe Hoffman. Gabe isn't going to let it fly, and he's got no connection to all this shit. You say, this guy sent me child porn, Gabe will blow up his fucking spot. He will contact the FBI. And Gabe, for some reason, doesn't get blown off by people, right? You or I try to call the FBI, they'll send us around to 10 different fucking people. You know, they'll call you back a month later and say, oh, we heard you had something you were concerned about. Gabe, for some reason, probably because he's a bulldog, when he goes and gets something, especially for people in authority, it just happens. I think I said in here, send it to Gabe. So I said, I don't know if you guys could read this. I hope you can. I said, you want me to go on some wild goose chase for some guy that likes to be online too much? Because they're saying this guy's messaging, these accounts are messaging them all the time. I said, Jen is suing me in court for being spicky. She filed a knowingly false report. Now, this is the second time I've had to say this, right? But if you see the way her text messages come in, and the JB's in there too, they're rapid fire. Then Hilary says, I don't think you're spicky. No, you know that I'm not. And if it needs to come down to a point to where I have to subpoena you, believe me, I will. And if you don't cooperate, I'll handle it legally. I just want to make sure there's not anything in here that I'm missing. Now, all of this could be avoided if they ignore the people or don't check their DM requests. During this, and for some reason they can't do that, right? This is to the point to where it's very concerning. Anyways, right as I was heading to New York to go hang out with the Magaco fam, which, by the way, Glenn, I don't think I've actually officially said this, but Glenn can organize a party like no one. I can't believe he could do all of this. I can't get anything done. I couldn't get a load of laundry done for 3 days. And Glenn organizes this dynamite party with, everything down to a T organized. It was mind-blowing. But anyway, I was going to have a great time. And, which we did. And, you guys probably saw some of the pictures online, right? I still see them pop up from the idiots every now and again. But if you see, you'll notice it'll be Leah looking fantastic and me looking like she just picked me up on the side of the road, took my begging cup out of my hand, gave me a shave, and brought me to a party. Thank you, Leah, for caring about the homeless and taking them to party. So anyway, so they're trying to get me involved into this stupid bullshit, right? And just before this, I was heading into New York. I think it was the night before, or was it the night after? I don't remember the exact dates, but one of these accounts had messaged me similar to what they're doing to her, and you could see right through it, right? In that exchange, I said to the account, I called it Jen. And it got pissed off. It said it was rebranding. And also, by the way, at the time, its handle was almost identical to Hilary's. So it could have posed as a fake Hilary account. Anyways, I had said that this account was Jen only privately. And then before I could say anything publicly, somehow Jen knew it. Hours before. She said, Doug Stewart is calling this my account. Well, how do you know that? You jumped the gun, idiot. You guys think because I don't respond to things, that I don't see things, that I don't know what's going on? You're out of your mind. If I miss something, Leah or someone else picks it up. And I can't figure out what the problem is with this ID. Why this concerns them. And why it concerns me. Remember, this was all just the distraction for JB to get back into the Discord server and either delete shit or archive more of it to take it outside of the website, outside of the server, and to be released publicly. That's all this was. So I say, you know, great, you know, if you confirm the guy's identity, you think that it's a stolen passport, call authorities, call SiriusXM, tell them that you have this guy's ID badge, and you think someone else has it. They'll issue him a new one. This shouldn't concern me at this point. And of course, you get blasted with nonsensical DMs that they're getting from someone else, right? And my response to them is block them. Just block them. Ignore this shit. Do what I do. I get requests in my DM all the time. At least I used to. I shut them down a little bit now. Wouldn't even read them. But you could see here in gray, that's all. I have Hilary as the dog here. And the logic behind this oh, cool. I just got a text message, too. Okay. Hey, dude, I'll talk to you later. Don't freak out, though. Seriously, don't freak out. So anyways, this whole big story was that Jen has a passport. Somebody's sending around a passport, and Jen is trying to link it to me. It's all bullshit. It's just to distract me. So I'm letting him go. Basic, simple answers. Now, while this is going on, Hilary is telling people that she thinks that there is illegal activity in a Discord server. My God. You have bots that mirror a feed? They search the public API and then display what's publicly available on another platform? Everybody's going to fucking jail. You know, Hilary, you know better than this. As a matter of fact, that Discord server, I hope they do release it. Because the only thing that is in there is us saying to stay away from psychopath Jen, and in my humble opinion, psychopath Sarah Nagy, which, by the way, Sarah, you can get fucked. I'll say your name on my stream whenever I want. But it goes on and on. On and on and on. And this is all night. I don't care if people are running around trying to say that I somehow am part of some weird plan to have somebody take possession of a stolen ID. That's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And for you, Hilary, to then go around and talk to people and say you think there's illegal activity going on in a Discord server. You know, I've been told some of the things that you've said to people. And you can't make it 3 sentences without either lying or contradicting yourself. Now I know why you don't want things on text, why you want to talk to people on the phone all the time. because it's harder to retain that. It can't come back to bite you. You could always say that's not what you meant, or you didn't say that. This is the Discord server for Aerospot. They promote other bots. Games. They have a support system. And all it does is it takes what's available publicly and posts it across a platform. Got it? IFTTT does the same thing. So does Qbot. I want you to start to understand basic shit, because as you people run around and try to gaslight others off of bullshit, you just become a laughing stock. So here's the process. Someone says something crazy, who's been harassing, stalking, or defaming us. It gets archived. The archive gets saved. You'll see in those list of channels, there's an archive channel for all of those people. This is real basic shit. I'm going to read to you guys because I don't have a screenshot of it right now. My sent a text message to the Hilary and JB group. Can I get it on camera? I forgot to send it to myself. You know what? I'm just gonna cap it and send it to myself. Upload it to Imgur right now. Imgur, whatever the hell it is. And then we'll just pull it up. Give me a second. I'm sorry about that. Totally forgot to do this. You'll notice that JB's part of the conversation is still blue on this number. But you'll notice he didn't respond. Let's refresh this, and it should be there. There it is. So when we ended off that night, that was it. See you guys later. Good night. Good luck. I was going to the FBI the next day because they had already come out to visit me. And I thought, by the way, can I just add, I thought it was hysterical that as soon as I said William Wellna, Neil Rauhauser, because they didn't tell me Serenagi, but I said Serenagi, and I talked about, and I mentioned Jen as well. And that's when they said, you have to come in and talk to us. You have to come into the building. We have to clear you through security. So my response was, laughing my ass off. You guys are fucking idiots. I said, now Jen is going to force this into federal criminal. Maybe I'll ask for that too. Good job, JB, you little scumbag. I said, considering you dipped into delete messages and you know him IRL, at least he says he does. Good luck. Hilary says, don't text me again. JB says nothing. Of course he wouldn't. Then Hilary wanted to text me today, out of the blue, about the stream. You know what? I'll just add that too. And again, it's the same crap. Same crap. We think we could prove who's doing this stuff. Doing what stuff? The stuff that I don't give a shit about? Okay. Have fun. Here we go. Boom, boom. And I'll just show you guys what I said, and then we can wrap up and get out of here. Because that's the gist of it. So here it is. I get it in now. I think I could prove who was doing it. Can't stop you from what you're going to do. She's talking about the stream. But I think I could prove who it was, and I don't mean you. Yeah, no shit, it's not me. And I don't care, to tell you the truth. Look, if somebody is harassing other people, and you know it's not me, and you want to go chase it, go ahead. But I don't care who it is, to tell you the truth. I just respond with a meme. That's it. She says, but if someone is doing shit designed to get you in trouble, I owe you when I at least think I'm closer to figuring it out. Okay, great. Do a thread on it. Should be interesting. And she says, no, not interested in being involved in whatever is going on. Okay. So it's not interesting enough for you to get to the bottom of it and then talk about getting to the bottom of it, but you'd love to put it off on me, right? You guys don't understand. You're not trolling me. It's not happening. I've had the best try to. Groups and all. Doesn't happen. Never gonna happen. To get a troll to work, in case you guys don't know this, you have to get one of two things. You have to get them intellectually curious or emotionally combative. And that's it. I am not intellectually curious about this, and I'm not emotionally combative. Sorry. So that's about it. JB decided to try to fuck me because somebody was mad at me over something stupid, which they basically asked me to do anyway. At least it was part of it. In the course of this, we know that JB isn't trustworthy. He seems to be hanging around the Operation Wolverines crew, the anti-Fash Gordon crew, Com, Aldo. On the outskirts of that, Little Willie Welna. And intertwined in that seems to be Neil Rauhauser as well, Libby Shaw. And we have a lot to talk about with them very soon. That was another failed operation. How many months did you waste, Libby? How many lies did I catch you in? Or the grand irony that from the beginning I told you I knew this is what you were doing. Went back and forth. I don't know Neil. Yes, I'm in contact with Neil. We've done some things together. I can't be around Neil. He's too dangerous for me to be around. I have kids. I have to think about that. Weeks later, I just talked to Neil. He wants to talk to you. You can't keep up with this because you're garbage. The thing is, you don't have to remember the truth. Your 12D gay ops are terrible. Just fucking terrible. And what happened through all of this? I learned more about you than you learned about me. Not just you, Libby. I'm talking about everyone else. You didn't learn anything about me. Yet I know everything. I know your alt accounts. All of them. Not the 3 that you've shown me. Same with your friends. I mean, I can't see the next few months being a fun time for any of you guys. We're starting to see the money trail behind Neil Rauhauser 5-6 years later, finally, 8 years later. Libby, you claimed you accidentally worked for a propaganda organization called Proper Not, which is part of New Knowledge, which is part of the Atlantic Council. Who else around you in real life has as well? How did they find you? You see, Rauhauser teamed up with the Sestak campaign years ago. I see your dad teamed up with them. They're both data guys. What a fucking coinky dink. See, the problem with you guys is that I will play dumb up until the time to start swinging. I'm not playing dumb anymore. Those days are over. These are the bad times. So I think that's the gist of it. JB is a snake. These people are poor trolls. I wish I didn't initially piss off Spicky, but now I don't care. The fact that you would try to help somebody like William Wellna just to try to get a rise out of me or to get back at me, it's a bad look, dude. I wish I could say half the shit that I knew about Wellna and some of his affairs that are currently playing out, but I can't. I made promises that I wouldn't. Just like I made promises that I would never fuck around and try to get any of you in trouble. I'm going to keep that promise to the day I die. But I don't want to be around you. I consider you guys a non-entity at this point. It's like we live in two different realities. But that's it. JB went to the dark side. He's over with the people who like to focus in and destroy people's lives by using the internet to smear them, to harass their jobs, which, by the way, started happening to some of the people around us. People started getting phone calls at work. This is a game that I don't play. And when I mean that I don't play it, I mean you're not going to get a chance to play it. I promise you. So I think that's the gist of it. I didn't even have the YouTube thing open. I'll open up Periscope if anyone has any questions. If not, I'm ready to let you guys get out of here and enjoy what's left of your night. But let's see if I could pull this up. And if no questions pop up within, a minute or two, we'll close it out and that's it. So hopefully the chat is up to speed. Oh, I'm going to give myself a heart for doing it. Nope. I don't see anything popping up in the chat on Periscope. Let me check YouTube real quick. God, I bet Neil Rauhauser fucks his cat. If he still has one. Hey, Opera. Yeah, I'm not really interested in it. I'm not angry or anything. I just... There's really no reason to. He could go do his own thing, and I'll go do mine. Let's see. Pull this up in the there's really no reason chat. Oh, jeez, I can hear myself. So let's see. Hilary, why are you running from my question? Uh-oh. Leah, you're the assistant to the regional manager of Doug's Discord. Maybe, I guess. This is really cool. I love this effect. Yeah, Adam, right? Call the feds. It's sabotage. Yeah. Luke is watching Get a Hold of Me. I got everyone's docs. Okay. Yeah, and Luke, if you're listening, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told you before. I can't help you, dude. Sorry. And I think that's why you went from being nice to me to now back to being a jerk. I don't care. Oh, right. Okay. So this is a Jacob Wool hit job. I should have known. If that is linked to anything related to Jacob Wool, then I definitely don't give a shit. Yeah, you're right, Opera. This mess does make Jen happy. But you know what? It makes me happy too. Because it gives her a little bit more steam. And then she'll refile. And she will learn very quickly that being a defendant is amazing. Better give up everything. You don't have a choice. Anyways, so let's see. I don't see questions here. Is that actually Spicky in here? Spicasso? Is that actually his thing? But if you are in here, I'll just, if you didn't hear me before, I just said we go our separate ways. That's it. I want you to keep your head down. I want you to kiss my ass. If you missed it earlier. So, hey, John, what's going on, dude? Doug, seen Ali Akbar's BS lately? You know, I've been really kind of buckled down into what I have going on with the tying up this legal stuff. So I was in the crunch stages of getting the last amounts of not only archives but data itself. So I haven't been paying attention to Ali Akbar. If you want to shoot me a DM or something with whatever he's been doing, I'd love to take a look. He blocks me on Twitter, so let's see. Yes, Doug, Picasso has doxed you as anti-fascist Gordon. You missed it. Nice. Nice. I thought Hillary was anti-fash. I mean, I jokingly put that as the icon for her contact, but is it true? Has been over. The other Jen has been over on a blog trying to link someone I know to Doug. Oh yeah, cool. Send it to me. Hillary, Doug isn't as smart as anti-fash. Maybe, maybe not. Unfortunately, he's a coward. We'll never get a chance to really know that. And I know all you guys think you're really smart, but I think we have the IDs on the last 3 Anons on your side. I wasn't even going to say it tonight. I'll let you guys pick which order they're going to go in. I now know that OP Wolverine's talked to me as himself, as his real person. So that's good. And I've confirmed that. Maybe we'll save OP for last. Challenge who to a boxing match, Hillary? Spicky? No, he'll probably kick my ass if we boxed. I'm like 150 pounds. I'm in terrible shape. I'm not boxing anyone. Leah could fuck me up. Is Anti-Fash Exu or the other guy? There's 2 doxes out there on him. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. No worries, John. I was just clearing up that JB, one of the guys who used to hang around us, is not a good dude to hang around. So I don't see any other stories here. I have questions. I saw somebody say something about a story. So that's it, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Anybody has any other questions, concerns, or anything like that, some of you guys have my phone number. You can contact me. Other than that, shoot me a DM on Twitter. If you have me in Discord, hit me there. Wherever you want. I am getting out of here. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out and letting me explain to you just how shady some folks could be. So stay away from JB, stay away from Hilary Sargent, and don't piss Spicky off, please. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Later.